Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 2 Extended in a session October-November 2024 Paper 2-1. So let's start with the first question. Question number 1, a concert starts at 19:50 and finishes 2 hours and 42 minutes later. Work out the time the concert finishes. Okay, so the starting time is 19:50 and you have to add 2 hours and 42 minutes in this time to get at what time the concert finishes. Okay, we can use a calculator. So 19 and 50 plus 2 hours 42 minutes, this is, it finishes at 22:32, or we can say 22 is basically 10 o'clock. Yes, 10:32 p.m. at night. You can use a calculator because in 2024 you can see you should use a calculator where appropriate. It is given in the instruction that in 2024 the calculator was allowed, but from 2025 onward it is paper 2 is non-calculated. Question number 2, find the reciprocal of 1 by 4. So first we have to convert the mixed number into improper fraction. So 1 by 4 is 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So this would be 5 out of 4. So what is a reciprocal of 5 out of 4 is 4 by 5. That is the reciprocal. Question number 3, use one of the symbols less, greater or equal to make each statement true. All right, so we can use a calculator again. So what is 2 by 7? 2 by 7 in decimal form is 0.28571. So this is 0.28571. This is 0.28, 0.28. Okay, 5, 7 and 6, 1. So 5 is less than 6, right? Okay, what is 99 over 900? This is 0.11. This is 0.11. And what is 11%? This is also 0.11. So they are equal. 1 cube is 1 and 4 to the power 0 is also 1. Any number to the power 0 is equals to 1. Okay, so they are also equal. Both are equal. Question number 4. Sophia has a piece of fabric of length 5.6 meters. This is the length of the fabric. She cuts the fabric into 2 parts with lengths in the ratio 3:4 in 2 parts. Calculate the length of the longer part. So the total length of the fabric is 5.6 divided by the total ratio. The length is cut into 3+4 ratio. So 3+4. So that is becomes 5.6 out of 4 plus 3 would be 7. Yeah. Okay, so for the longer part is obviously 3 in the ratio, sorry, in the ratio of 4. The shorter part is in the ratio of 3. So this is the longer one. Okay, so for the longer one, we can say 5.6 over 7 times it by this ratio 4. So 5.6 divided by 7 times by 4, this is 3.2 meters. So the longer one is 3.2 and we have some shorter one and the total one is 5.6. Question number 5, work out part A. 3 is outside this matrix. Okay, so we have to multiply with 3. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 4 is -12. So this is the simplest one, 18 and minus 12. Okay, so we have to add them up. So this would be 4 minus 7 because plus minus is minus, minus 1 plus 5. So from 4 take away 7, it's 3. So -3, and from 5 take away 1 is 4. So -3 and 4 is the simplified answer. Right. Question number 6, the diagram shows a right-angled triangle ABC. Okay, so A, B, and C, it is a right-angled triangle and a quadrilateral AEDC. A, E, D, and C. This is an equilateral, okay? Sorry, quadrilateral. Find the values of number A, X. We have to find the value of X. Where is X? X is over there. Okay. So this is really easy. As we know, AB is a straight line. So since it is a straight line, so this angle sum is equals to 180. So the angle X and 122, this sum is equals to 180. So what is X? X is from 180, take away 122. You will get the X. 180 minus 122 is 58. So angle X is 58 degrees. Now for part B, angle Y, where is Y? Okay, Y is over there. Okay. So to get y, we have to use the concept of a right angle triangle. This angle is 90, this angle is 34, and we have that angle, which is the sum of y and 17. Sum of all three angles of a triangle add up to 180 degree. Okay. Angle A is 90 degree, angle B is 34 degrees, and angle C is y plus 17 degrees. Its sum is 180. Okay, so we can say 90 plus 34 plus 17, this is 141. So y would be equals to, from 180 take away 141. So I just shifted it on the other side. I did the direct step. 180 minus the answer, this is 39 degrees is that angle y. Part C, you have to solve for z. Okay, what is that angle z? All right. Okay, so z is over there. As we can see, this whole circle is 360 degree. If we know this angle and we can subtract this angle from 360, you will get the angle Z. Okay, how can you know this angle? So look at the quadrilateral. This angle is 90 degree. This angle is 122. We don't know the angle D, and C, the Y is 39. We have done. And sum of all four angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360 degree, right? So let me add them up. So the first angle I can do over here, 90, and then 122, and then some angle D and 39. Their sum is 360. All right. 90, 122, and 39. So angle D would be equals to, from 360 take away 251. All right, 360 minus answer. This is 109. So this angle is 109 degrees, and this whole circle is 360 degrees. So what is Z? So angle Z is, from 360 degree, you have to subtract 109. 360 subtract 109, this is 251. So that angle Z is 251. So here I use two concepts. The first concept is sum of all four angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360. And then you have to use a concept that the whole circle is 360. The angle at a point is 360. So the sum of angle Z and 109 is 360. So we have to subtract 360 from 109 and you will get the angle Z. I hope this makes sense now. Question number 7, you have to factorize this. Okay, 28 and 35. These two are the factors of 7. 7 times table, yes. 7 times 4 is 28 and 7 times 5 is 35, yes. So 7 into 4x minus 5 is the factorized form. Question number 8. Edith invests $3,000 in a saving account. This is the investment. The account pays simple interest at a rate of 2.6% per year. Calculate the total interest earned at the end of 3 years. So we have to just figure out the total interest earned. So in simple interest, the total interest earned formula is I equals to PRT. So P is the investment, R is the interest rate, 2.6%. So to get rid of percent, I divide it by 100, and T is the amount of years. Just simplify. You will get 3,000 plus 2.6, times 2.6 and times it by 3 divided by 100. This is $234. This is the interest earned at the end of 3 years. Question number 9. The diagram shows the part of a regular polygon. The polygon is regular, right? It has the same interior angles and same side length. The interior angle of the polygon is 132 degree larger than the exterior angle. Calculate the number of sides of this polygon. All right, so in this question, as we know, this is a straight line. So sum of our angles on a straight line is 180 degrees. So x plus 132 plus x, its sum is 180 degrees. So x plus 132 plus x, this is 180. Angle at a line, straight line, is 180. So this is 2x and this is 180. Take away 132. So what is x? So from 180 we take away 132. Oh, sorry, 180 minus 132 is 48. So 48 and divided by 2, that is 24. So x is 24. So this x is 24 degrees, and this is 24 plus 132, which is 156. So the interior angle of the polygon is 156 degrees. We can easily get the sides of the polygon, right? So measure of each interior angle of a polygon is equals to number of sides minus 2 into 180 degree divided by the number of sides, and we have to work for the number of sides and for this that polygon. Cross multiply 156 times n is multiplying with 180, so it is 180n, and 2 is multiplying with 180, which is 360, right? So 156n minus 180n, I just shifted the n terms to the left and the constant term, keep the constant term to the right. 156 from 180, take away, so it is negative 24n, and this is negative 360 degree. Negative is cancelled out with negative, so what is n? From 360 divided by 24, so that is 15. So the number of side of that regular polygon are 15. It's 15 sided polygon. Question number 10. Jasita plays a game with her friend. She can win, lose, or draw the game. The probability that she win the game is 0.28. Number 1. Jacinda is twice as likely to draw the game as to lose the game. Okay, draw and lose. Work out the probability that she loses the game. All right, so as we know that the sum of all the three probabilities equals to 1, right? So as we know, the probability of win is given, which is 0.28. She can win, lose, or draw. Win is given. Probability of lose is Jacinta is twice as likely to draw the game as to lose the game. So let's say the lose is x and the probability for draw is 2 times of x. Twice for draw as to lose. If the lose is x, then the draw would be 2 times of x, right? And sum of all probabilities equals to 1. So we can say the win, the lose, and the draw, this sum is equals to 1, right? So this is 3x and this is 1 minus 0.28. So x would be equals to, from 1 take away 0.28 is 0.72. 0.72 divided by 3, you will get the answer 0.24. So the probability for lose is 0.24, the probability for win is 0.28, and the probability for draw is 2 times of the lose probability, which is 0.48, and the sum of all three is equals to 1. Now for part B, Jacinda plays the game 150 times. Find the expected number of times that she wins. So the probability of wins is going to multiply with 150 times. 0.28 times with 150. Okay. 0.28 times 150, this is 42. So she will win 42 times out of 150 times. Question number 11, without using a calculator, work out, you must show all your working and give your answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. All right. 3 times 5 is 15 and 15 plus 1 is 16. So 16 out of 3 minus 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus 4 is 25 out of 7. Okay, so as you can see, the denominators are different, so we have to make the same denominators. How can we do that? By multiplying this fraction by 7 and the other fraction by 3, by opposite denominators basically, right? Okay, now what is 7 times 16? We are not allowed to use a calculator, so we have to do it manually. Okay, 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 1 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it is 1, 1, 2, and 3 times 7 is 21. Okay, the next is 25 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6 and 7. So that is 75 out of over 21. Now the denominators are same. We can subtract the numerators. 112 subtract 75 divides 21. So let me do the subtraction part over here. 112 and 75. Okay, so here we have 0. Here we can give this to 1. So this 11 becomes 10 and it's 12. So from 12 take away 5 is 7. And from 10 take away 7 is 3. Okay. This is 37 out of 21. So we can convert it into mixed number, okay? 21 times 1 is 21. And in 21, what we add to get 37? 21 plus 10 would be 31. And plus 6 would be 37. So it is 16, 21. So it is 1 whole 16 out of 21, because 21 times 1 is 21, and in 21 if we add 16 you will get 37. So this is the answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. Question number 12, solve the simultaneous equation. You must show all your working. Okay, so if I multiply, we can see the y, we can cancel the y, we can, okay, for system of linear equations we can use a substitution or elimination method, right? So I want to eliminate y because we can it's positive, negative, and we can make the same coefficients for y. 2 times 3 makes 6, so 6y and minus 6y would be cancelled out. So let me make the same coefficient for y by multiplying the whole equation by 3. So the first equation stays the same, 5x plus 6y equals 9. And the second equation is 3 times 3 is 9x. Minus 2 times 3 would be 6y. And minus 17 times 3 would be negative 51. Let me add the two equations. Now we can easily get rid of y and solving for x. In 9, add 5. It's 14x. And from 9, take away 51 is negative 42. So what is x? X is negative 42 over 14. Negative 3. So we have done with the x value, which is negative 3. Now substitute the x value into the first equation or the second equation to solve for y. Let me substitute into the first one. So 5 times x is negative 3 plus 6y equals to 9. 5 times 3 is 15, negative 15 plus 6y equals to 9. 6y is equals to 9. You have to add 15. Okay, 9 plus 15 is 24. Okay, and y would be equals to 24 divided by 6. This is equals to 4. So the y value is 4. All right. Question number 13, part A. A sequence has nth term 3n square minus 1. Find the second term of this sequence. For the second term, you have to put n equals to 2. So 3 into 2 square minus 1. 3 into 2 square is 4 and minus 1. 3 times 4 is 12 and 12 take away 1 is 11. So we can say the second term of this sequence is 11. Now for part B, the table shows the first 5 terms of a sequence A and B. The two sequences first, second, third, fourth, and fifth term. Complete the table to find the nth term of each sequence, the nth term of these two sequences. All right. So for the nth term, let's see, the sequence is linear, cubic. Let's see. Okay, so the first sequence A, let me work with for sequence A first. Okay, so for sequence A, we have -6, -2, 2, 6, and 10. Find out the first difference. -6 and -2. What is the first difference? Second term, subtract the first term. 4 is the difference. Okay, so 2 minus -2. Again, 4 is the difference. Between 6 and 2, 6 take away 2 is 4. And 10 take away 6 is again 4. So it is a linear sequence. As you can see, the first difference is constant. So this is basically an arithmetic progression. So arithmetic progression when we have a common difference. So its nth term is an equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. So a is the first term of the sequence, which is -6, plus n minus 1 into d is the common difference, that is equals to 4. So we can say the nth term is -6 plus 4n minus 4. So that is 4n minus 10. That is the nth term of the sequence. Right. Now let's work for the sequence B. I'm using a separate sheet of paper for sequence B. Okay. So 3, 17, 55, 129, and 251. Let's work for the differences. Let's see the first difference, 17 and 3. The difference is 14. 55 and 17, the difference is 38. Okay. And 129 and 55. 74 is the difference. And 251 and 129, the difference is 122. Okay, let's see the second difference. The first one is not constant. The second difference is 38 and 14. 24. Between 74 and 38 is 36. Again, the second difference is not constant. And 122 and 74, 48. Okay, move on to the third difference. Okay, the third difference between 24 and 36. 36 minus 24 is 12. And 48 and 36 is 12. Oh, thank God. The first, second, third difference is constant, you can see. So it is a cubic sequence, not a linear, not quadratic. It's a cubic sequence. Okay, so since it is a cubic sequence, so the nth term of the cubic sequence is a n cube plus bn square plus cn plus d. In this form, you will get a cubic sequence. Now we have to figure out what is a, b, c, and d. For this, we have 4 equations. In 4 equations, we use the third difference, the first term of the second difference, the first term of the first difference, and the first term of the sequence. Okay. All right. So let me write down the equations one by one. So the first equation is every time 6 times of a, this is equals to the third difference. From here you will get the a value. So 12 divided by 6, 6 times 2 is 12. So here the a value is 12. A is 2, sorry. Right. Now we can use the first term of the second difference, and it has the standard equation, which is 12a plus 2b equals to the first term of the second difference. Now we can easily get the b value from here. 12 times the a value is 2 plus 2 times b equals to 24. Okay, 12 times 2 is 24 plus 2b equals to 24. So 2b equals to 24, and shift the 24 on the other side, this becomes equals to 0. So what is b? b is 0 by 2. That is equals to 0. So from here the b is equals to 0, right? Now we have to use the first term of the first difference, and it has the standard equation is 7a plus 3b plus c is equals to that 14 is basically the first term of the first difference, right? So we have the a value, which is 2, the b value is 0, and some c value that is equals to 14. 7 times 2 is 14 plus c equals to 14. Again, the c would be equals to 14, subtract 14, that is equals to 0. So we have done with the c, that is equals to 0. C is also equals to 0. And now to get the d value, we have to use the first term of this sequence. And it has a standard equation, which is a plus b plus c plus d. This would be equals to the first term of the sequence, that is 3. B is 0, C is 0, A is 2. So 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus D equals to 3. So the D value is from 3 take away 2, that is 1. So from here the D is equals to 1. Okay, D is 1, C is 0, B is 0, and A is 2. So just plug all the values into that equation and you will get A is 2n cube, B is 0n square, C is 0n, and the D value is 1. So we can say the cubic sequence is 2n cube plus 1. That is the cubic sequence for nth term for the sequence B. 2n cube plus 1. Right. Question number 14. Two solid steel statues are mathematically similar. Okay. The smaller statue has a height of 12 centimeter and the larger statue has a height of 15 centimeter. The largest statue has a mass of 2.5 kilograms. The density of steel is 8 gram per cubic centimeter. Calculate the volume of the smaller statue. Okay, the density is mass over volume. All right. So we have the height of the smaller, height of a larger. So height of the smaller statue is 12. Height of a larger statue is 15 centimeters, right? Now we have to work with the mass, right? Mass of the larger one is 2.5 kilograms. We don't know the mass of the smaller one. Okay, so density is mass over volume. So we have to deal with the volume. So volume is mass over density. So we know the mass of the larger one and we know the density. So we can easily get the volume of the larger one. Volume of a larger is mass of a larger is 2.5 kilograms. And the density is 8 grams per cubic centimeter. Okay, so kilograms are going to convert it into grams by times it by 1000. So 2.5 times it by 1000. This is in terms of grams over 8 grams per centimeter cube. So gram is cancelled with grams. So the volume of the larger is, this is 2500 over 8 centimeter cube. It shifted to the numerator. Okay, let me simplify. 2500 divided by 8, that is 312.5 312.5 centimeter cube. This is the volume for the larger statue. Okay, now since the two shapes are mathematically similar, we can easily find out the volume of the smaller statue. All right. So use a concept of mathematically similar concept, like the height of the smaller over the height of the larger equals to the volume of a smaller over the volume of a larger and its dimension whole cube, right? Okay, so volume of a smaller is basically volume of a larger multiplied by the height of smaller over the height of larger, its whole cube. The smaller is 12, the larger is 15, and the volume of a larger is 312.5. So the volume of a smaller statue is 312.5 centimeter cube multiplied by 12 centimeter over 15 centimeter and its whole cube. Centimeter is cancelled out with centimeter, right? So volume of a smaller is 312.5 centimeter cube multiplied by 12 out of 15 is 4 by 5 and its cube is going to be 64 over 125. Okay, and it's times it by 312.5, 160. So volume of a smaller is 160 centimeter cube. Okay, so here we use a concept of similarity to get the volume of the smaller statue, which is 160 cubic centimeter. Question number 15. Students in class B takes a test. These statistics shows information about their marks. Lower quartile, median, interquartile range, highest marks. Okay, number A. Draw a box and whisker plot to represent this information. Okay, from 0 to 100 are the test marks. So at first we have to draw the median. The median is 53. So we have 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. This is 50 in the middle, right? This is 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, and 53 is over there. So the median, let me label the median first. Here is the median, right? This is the median. That is 53. Okay, then we need interquartile range is given. We can easily, which is the difference between the lower and the higher quartile. So the interquartile range is the upper quartile subtract the lower quartile. Since center quartile range is 28, the upper quartile, we don't know the upper quartile, the lower quartile is 38. We can easily get the value of a lower quartile, which is 28 plus 38. Because shifting the 38 on the other side, 28 plus 30, sorry, 28 plus 38, 66 is upper quartile. Now let me label the upper quartile, which is 66. This is 62, 64, and 66 is over there. This is 66. This is 53. And the lower quartile is 38. Here we have 30, 32, 34, 36, and 38. This is 38. Okay. The median, the lower quartile, the upper quartile. Okay. So median, the lower quartile, interquartile range, and the highest marks. Highest marks is 696. Okay. This is 100 and we have 98. This is 96. 96 is the highest marks and we have given the range. So range is basically the difference between the higher and the lower. Subtract the lower. Range we have is 81. The highest number is 96. Subtract the lower one. Shifting the lower on the other side, this is 96. Take away 81. Lower on the other side is positive. This becomes negative. Yes. From 96, take away 81. The lowest marks is 15. Okay. So 15 is the lowest one. So here we have 10, 12, 14, and the middle we have 15. Okay, now we can easily complete the box and the whisker plot. Okay. This is how the box and the whisker plot look like. Okay, the middle line. Yes, let me highlight the middle line. This is the median, this is lower quartile, this is upper quartile, this is a maximum minimum, and this is the maximum point. Moving to part B, students in class Q takes the same test. For class Q, the median is 49 and before the median was 53. Okay, and interquartile range is 35 and before it was 28. Okay, median in decreases and interquartile range increases. Make two comments comparing the distribution for marks for class B and the class Q. Okay, so the first comment I'm going to make on the median. So median is 49 and here the median is 53. Okay, so the class Q, the median is lower. So we can say the class Q scored fewer marks because the median is lower. Since class Q has lower median, so the students scored less marks. Right. The second comment on interquartile range. Since the interquartile range here is 35 and here the interquartile range is 28. Okay. So class Q has the highest. So we can say since in class Q has higher interquartile range, it means this class have larger spread of marks. All right. Question number 16. The diagram shows a sphere of radius 6 centimeter and a cylinder of height 18 centimeter and radius r centimeter. The volume of a sphere is equals to the volume of a cylinder. The sphere's volume and the cylinder's volume both are equal. Calculate the curved surface area of the cylinder. Give your answer in terms of pi. The volume V of a sphere with radius r is V equals to 4 over 3 pi r cube. Okay, so first we have to use this statement that the volume of a sphere is equals to volume of a cylinder. Okay, the volume of a sphere we have given, which is 4 over 3 pi r cube. This is equals to volume of a cylinder, which is pi r square h. Okay, so let me substitute everything. So we have pi is cancelled out with pi. So we have 4 over 3. Radius of a cylinder, a sphere is 6. So it's 6 cube equals to its radius is r, it's r square, and the height is 18. Okay, so from here we can easily get the value for the radius of a cylinder. Okay, 4 over 3, 6 cube is, let me simplify, 216, multiply 1 over 18, that is equals to r square. 216 times by 4 and divided by 3 and times it by 1 over 18 is 16, right? So r square equals to 16. And what is r? Taking a square root on both sides, square root of 16 is 4. R is basically r would be plus minus 4, but r represent a radius, so radius never be negative. So most of the student will get confused at this step, like why I'm not taking the square root of 16 as plus 4 and minus 4, because radius is always a positive term, right? Not a negative one, right? So we have r. Now we can easily find out the curved surface area of a cylinder. Okay, now the curved surface area of cylinder, that is equals to 2 pi r h. So 2 pi, the radius of the cylinder is 4, and the height of a cylinder is 18. Okay, so we have to keep the answer in terms of pi. So just simplify 2 into 4 into 18. This is 144 pi. 144 pi square centimeter. Question number 17. Solve this equation. You must solve your working and give your answer correct to two decimal place. It's a quadratic equation, so we can easily simplify it by using a quadratic formula, which is x is equals to negative of b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divides 2 times of a. So x would be equals to what is a, b and c. A is a coefficient of x square, which is 3. B is a coefficient of x, which is negative 7. And c is a constant term, which is negative of 16. Negative of b is minus 7 plus minus square root b square minus 7 its square minus 4 times the a and the c, which is negative of 16. This whole thing is going to divide with 2 times of a value, which is 3. All right. Further simplification results. This is 7 plus minus. Okay. Simplify. 7 times 7 is 49. And negative times negative makes positive. 4 into 3 into 16. That is 192 plus 192 divided by 6. And plus 49. That is 241. Okay, so x would be equals to 7 plus minus root 241 divided by 6. Now we have two solutions. 241, yes. 7 plus root 241 divided by 6 up to two decimal place 3.75. This is 4. It's not round up, so it's just 75. That is 3.75. And the other one is 7 minus root 241 divided by 6, negative 1.42. So because it is 0, so it's just 42. So these are the two solutions correct to two decimal place. Question number 18, we have g of x part A. Find x when g of x equals to 1. So we have g of x, put that equals to 1, and we know that anything to the power 0 is equals to 1. Since the base is 4 here, so it is better to keep this as a 4. So 4 to the power x plus 3 equals to, this is 4 to the power 0. When the bases are same, we can compare the powers. So we can say x plus 3 would be equals to 0. So x would be equals to negative of 3. All right. Moving to part B of number 18, find g inverse of this function. Okay. So for this, we have to find out g inverse of x first. So y equals to g of x. Okay, now switching the variables, x equals to 4 to the power y plus 3. Now we have to solve for y. So when we do to solve for y, we have to take a log on both sides, but logarithm is not in this syllabus, so I'm not using this technique. So let me simplify this. We have g inverse of something, so we can say 1 over 16 would be equals to g of x. We shift the g on the other side. Okay, so 1 over 16 is basically 4 square. G of x is 4 to the power x plus 3. Here 4 to the power minus 2, when we shift it to the numerator, this is 4 to the power x plus 3. Now the bases are same, we can easily compare the powers. The exponent, x plus 3 equals to negative of 2. So x would be equals to minus 2 and minus 3, which is negative of 5. Question number 19, we have a universal set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. P is the odd numbers. Odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Q are the multiples of 3, which is 3, 6, and 9. And R is a square number. 1 is a square number, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. Okay. Now the part A, find P intersection Q intersection R. This is P, Q, and R. So intersection of all the three we have to figure out. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. This is a set P. Take its intersection with the Q, which is 3, 6, and 9. So the intersection of these two sets is 3 and 9. And its intersection with the set 1, 4, and 9. So 9 is common in all three. So just a number 9 is the intersection of all the three sets. Now moving to part B, number 1, find Q union R. Okay, the Q and R, their union. Q is 3, 6, and 9. Its union with the set R, which is 1, 4, and 9. So the union becomes 1, 3, 4, 6, and 9. All right. Now for second part, find the number of elements in P intersection Q union R whole complement. Okay. Let's find out what is Q union R. Q union R, we have done with Q union R, that is equals to 1, 3, 4, 6, and 9. Okay. Now take Q union R whole complement. Right, from the universal set you have to take away all these numbers, right? So 1 is skipped, 2 is left, 3 is skipped, 4 is skipped, 5, 6 is skipped, 7, 8, not 9, it's 10. Okay, so in Q union R complement 2, 5, 7, 8, and 9, 10. This is a way to find out the complement. Now take its intersection with P. Now P intersection with Q union R whole complement. Set P is 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Now take out its intersection with 2, 5, 7, 8, and 10. All right. Now we have its intersection. Okay, 1, 2, 5 is common, 7 is common. Yes, 5 and 7. Their two elements are common. So number of elements are 2. There are two elements. And what are those two elements? Which is 5 and 7. Question number 20. The diagram shows two right angle triangles PQS and RQT. PQR, PQ and R, and QTS. These two are straight lines. Calculate the angle QR and T. T and R. This angle we have to calculate. Okay, it's a 5 marks question. Okay, let's see. So if we consider this triangle first, P, Q, and S, we have just one side. Okay, and we have one angle. All right, and it is since it is a right angle triangle, so we have one angle. Its front side is opposite, and this is hypotenuse. So sine, the trigonometric ratio of sine, we can use sine of 28. Opposite side is this SQ, and the hypotenuse is PS, right? We can say sine of 28 degree is equals to opposite, which is SQ, and the hypotenuse, which is 18. So here we can solve for SQ, which 18 times sine of 28 degrees. Simplify. Sine 28 times it by 18, 8.45. So SQ is 8.45 centimeter. This whole length SQ is 8.45. So what is that length? So you have to take away 4 to get that length. This is 4.45 centimeter. The length of T to Q, and then Q to S is 8.45. Right. Now for this triangle, we have this length and this length. We have to find that angle. Okay, again it is a right angle triangle. So we know the angles, front side is opposite and this is the adjacent side, right? So we can use a trigonometric ratio for the tangent. So tangent of angle T is opposite is 9 and the adjacent is 4.45. So we can say T would be equals to tangent inverse of 9 over 4.45. 9 divided by answer, and tangent inverse of answer is 63.68 or 63.7 degrees. In terms of degrees, we round it to one decimal place. Question number 21, solve this equation from 0 to 360 degree. Okay, so 3 tangent of x, this would be equals to 1 minus 5, that is negative of 4. So tangent of x would be equals to negative 4 over 3, right? Now tangent is negative. Now this equation says tangent is negative. Now let's see tangent is negative in which quadrant. By using the cast rule, there are 4 quadrant, the cast rule, C, A, S, and T. So tangent is positive in the first, sorry, I did the mistake here. We have to start from the third one. This is C, A, S, and T. Cos is positive, all positive, sine positive, tangent positive. So tangent is positive in the first and third quadrant. This is the first quadrant. This is second quadrant. This is third quadrant, and this one is fourth quadrant. Tangent is negative in the third, second, and in the fourth quadrant. Tangent is negative. So we can say tangent is negative in second and fourth quadrant. All right. Now we can just simplify. X would be equals to tangent inverse of 4 over 3. Let's see what is the answer in degrees. Tangent inverse 4 by 3, which is 53.1. 53.1 degrees, right? Now we have to use the different operations. Now the first one is just x, the second one is 180 degree minus x, the third quadrant 180 degree plus x, and the fourth quadrant 360 degree minus x. This is the value for x, right? Tangent is negative in the second and in the fourth quadrant. Now for the second quadrant, how can we get the x value? The x value is 180 minus that answer. So 180 degree minus 53.1. 180 take away answer, which is 126.9 degrees. 126.9 degrees. 86 rounded to 9, right? The next one is the fourth quadrant. So for the fourth quadrant, to get x, we do 360 degree minus this 53.1. Okay, 360 minus 53.1. Sorry. 360 minus 53.1. 306.9. 306.9 degrees. So these are the two solutions which are in the range between 0 to 360 degrees. Question number 22, the graph of y equals to this function is shown on the grid. It's a cubic polynomial, right? So it has two zeros. The first zero is of order 2 and the other zero is of order 1, which is at 1 and negative 2. Okay, Partey show that this function can be written in that form. So this is pretty simple. Just to simplification, y equals to x plus 2. This is x minus 1 into x minus 1. So y would be equals to, just to first we have to multiply x plus 2 and x minus 1. Okay, x with x minus 1 plus 2 with x minus 1. The third one, x minus 1, stays the same, this term. Now y equals to x square minus x plus 2x minus 2, and this term x minus 1 stays the same. Here y equals to x square plus x minus 2, and here we have x minus 1. Further simplification, we can do y equals to, this x is multiplying with these terms, which is the bracket to x square plus x minus 2 and negative 1 with x square plus x minus 2. So y is equals to x cube plus x square minus 2x minus x square minus x and plus 2. So y equals to x cube. These two are cancelled out, right? We have minus 2x and minus x would be minus 3x and plus 2. So this is exactly in that form. Part B, by drawing a suitable straight line, solve this equation. Okay. Okay, let's make that suitable straight line. So we have this equation and we have to use this one. All right. So what we're gonna do, let me take 2 common. As you can see in this equation, x cube coefficient is just 1. So we have to make the x cube coefficient 1. So taking the 2 common, so we are left with x cube minus 5 by 2 x equals to 0. So 2 is not equals to 0. We can say x cube minus 5 by 2 is 2.5x. This is equals to 0. Now we have to, this is x cube. Now we have to make the x coefficient negative 3, but this is negative 2.5. How can we make it negative 3? If I can do minus 0.5, adding and subtracting 0.5. X cube minus 2.5x minus 0.5x and plus 0.5x. This is equals to 0. This is x cube minus 3x equals to minus 0.5x. Now x cube minus 3x, x cube minus 3x, we got the answer, this term equals to minus 0.5x. Just plug this into the equation. So we have y equals to x cube minus 3x. This would be equals to, okay, so this is minus 0.5x and plus 2. So that line is y equals to minus 1 over 2 x plus 2. So 2 is the y-intercept. So this is 2. 2 is the y-intercept. The slope is minus 1 by 2. Rise and run. Rise is minus 1 and the run is 2 units. So the rise is 1, negative 1. So rise downward, negative 1. Rise is up or down, so it is since negative, so we have to move down 1 unit, and the run is 2 units, so 1 unit and 2 unit over there. Okay, let me draw the straight line and find out the values for x. That is the straight line. So the graph cuts the x-axis at what point? At the first point is x is equals to 0. The second point is over there. Yeah, negative 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, minus 1.60. And the third one is this, which is 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. It is 1.6. All right. So we have 3 solutions, negative 1.60 and 1.6. Question number 23. Find the value of p and the value of k. Okay, this is p and this is k. All right, so let me simplify this term first. So x square minus 5, x minus 5 whole square. So it is x first term square minus 2 into first term into second term plus second term square plus k. This is equals to x square minus px minus 21. This is x square minus 2 times 5 is 10x plus 5 square is 25 plus k equals to x square minus px minus 21. Okay, so we are comparing. When we are doing comparison, so x square coefficient is just 1, 1. X coefficients are comparing the coefficient of x, which is negative 10, and other side we have minus p. So minus sign is cancelled with minus. So 10 is equals to p. So p value is 10. Okay. Now comparing the constant terms. Here the constant term is 25 plus k, and here the constant term is minus 21. Okay. This is k plus 25 and this is negative 21. So the k is negative 21 and negative 25. Just simplify. So k value is negative 5 plus 1 is 6 and 2 plus 2 is 4, negative 46. These are the values for p and k. So that was the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.